Hi, and welcome back to That's the V. Today's topic: what is a model workshop? So, I've personally have hosted model workshops. I used to be a model instructor at a modeling agency for at least 5 years. So I learned so much and I fell in love with the process of seeing each individual grow. Like seeing anyone who wanted to be a model that was part of the agency that really wanted to dedicate some part of their life to modeling, if not all. But being kind of nervous or intimidated, and after just a few weeks, seeing them be super confident and just seeing them grow and do all these cool things in the modeling industry. So that's something that I just wanted to keep doing even after the fact I had left the agency. But also from previous model workshop experiences of mine. I kind of carried all this information and experience to build my own workshops. And I've done them where I do like a summer camp kind of thing, summer model camp. I think that one has actually been one of my favorites because it was like really seeing the growth in just a month because I did like two classes per week kind of thing for a full month. So at the end of the day, it was 8 classes total. They did a fashion show afterwards. So it was just a very cool experience. But also, I feel like life gets in between sometimes, so I can't keep up with them as I used to with the modeling agency. I used to be teaching every single week for 2 to 3 hours a week, so it was a lot. Um, and I just wanted to really have a purpose on each workshop. But now, going into the podcast topic about what is actually a model workshop. So, compared to what I was doing at the modeling agency, it was more of like a modeling school. So, it was just like throughout the year, there was classes, weekly classes, we had holidays off. It was something that sort of had a schedule. It almost felt like school, but for models. And we went over different walks, different poses, even like a little bit of acting, expressions, honestly, like a little bit of everything. Compared to a workshop, I think and I feel is very much more focused on a singular thing. I have been part of workshops where they do focus on a little bit of everything, but there's only so much you can learn in such a short period of time. I did do the Coco Rocha model camp in New York City back in 2021, so it's been a while. And I've done other workshops after that. But basically, the gist of it is, for example, for the Coco Rocha model camp, that one did include a little bit of everything from your walk to your posing to expressions to even the legal aspects of modeling, which I feel like a lot of workshops don't include or talk about, like getting paid for your time and also having that contract behind you. So I thought that was a very cool thing that they included. Plus, you got to network with so many other models throughout the country. And I mean, meeting Coco herself was just a dream. She is truthfully very genuine and wants to have other models know what it takes. And it was not like no sugarcoating. It was definitely an investment. I will say it was not cheap, but I think it was 100% worth it. It was like a 4-day thing. And at the end of the day, we got to do or like at the end of the last day, we got to do like a full on photo shoot with hair and makeup and with professional experienced photographers in the industry. So that was really, really cool. I think that's one of the best model workshops I've ever been to. Um, I have been and hosted other model workshops that focus more on posing, for example, and like personality building, confidence building, just getting yourself out there, even if you don't necessarily want to be a model, but just being in front of a camera and feeling comfortable and really getting your expressions out. I feel like those have been one of my favorites. The like posing model workshops are so cool because also you get photos out of them. And at the end of the day, it's a very cool networking experience with people that are like minded, that are also passionate about modeling or the fashion industry, or just trying to be more confident at the end of the day. I think what modeling has taught me, if anything, is just how to be more myself and in front of people, in front of the camera, and be confident enough to show my expressions, show my presence in a room. I think that no matter what, if you want to continue being a model or not, or not even want to be a model at all, but just want to have more of a presence, I think model workshops are a great way to experience that. And just seeing other models that have more experience, because also in workshops I feel like there's not really like a level. I feel like there's people who are completely new to it and some more experienced models, so it's all about learning from each other. And going back to the themes of model workshops that I've been to or hosted, um, I've done anything from like posing, which includes the expressions once again, and just like knowing your body more to really like showcase yourself how you want to be shown to the world. And that's in, social media or just like at any photo opportunity, you know your angles, you know your body, and you know how you want to be portrayed. But also, I've done like public speaking model workshops, and those are interesting too because they've allowed me to really know how to communicate in front of people, or if it's just like a one on one, even for like business purposes. That has been super helpful. And I mean, the walking, I feel like is just so good for posture and confidence and showing that presence once again in the room. So I just really wanted to touch base on this episode of what is a model workshop, because maybe, if you're trying to get into modeling, it sounds like a cool thing, but maybe it sounds a little bit intimidating. And I think at the end of the day, workshops, no matter in what industry, like if it's photography, if it's filmmaking, I think it's just an experience at the end of the day that will help you grow and connect with people who are like minded in industries that you're interested in. So that's like my take into model workshops. And also, talking about model workshops, I will be hosting one in El Paso, Texas. Hopefully, another, if it's not like a workshop, more of uh like a photo model experience sort of thing in New York later this year. But I don't want to jinx it, so I'm not going to say anything else about that, but we'll see and I'll keep you guys posted. But going back to the one I'm hosting in El Paso, Texas, which I feel like I have like a majority of people that know me, that's where it all started, and then traveling started happening. But I will be hosting one this July 31st. It's a Friday from 4:30 to 7:30. It's a 3-hour workshop, and it's more informational than anything. I'm going to touch base on how to get into New York Fashion Week if you're interested in doing something like that. But also, even if you think you can't be part of New York Fashion Week, or you think it's like, oh, that's kind of intimidating, I'm not ready for that yet, I still think it's a great experience to get your comp cards updated. If you don't know what a comp card is, it's basically like your resume in model world to be submitted to any casting agency. So it's just good to have that updated. I recommend to update that at least 3 times a year, if not more. I mean, whenever you get a haircut or like just, something different done on your body, on your face, it's good to have those updated as much as possible. So I will be shooting comp card photos, so digitals, and we will also be creating your model walk video, which a lot of castings and agencies are requesting as well now, especially if you are casting somewhere that's outside of town. It's always good to have that updated casting video. And I mean, I'll go over a few like tips on how to pose, how to walk, but just so you have that ready, no matter if it's for New York Fashion Week or if it's for any other casting you want to do. And I mean, doing it now really prepares you for the rest of the year, basically. So I really wanted to do it now in July since it's like halfway there, but you have that ready to be submitted wherever you want to be submitted. Um, Going back to New York Fashion Week, I will basically talk about how to make it happen, like how I've done it traveling from Texas to New York and staying at least 2 weeks because castings are usually a week before Fashion Week. Going over like fashion weeks I recommend if it's not in the official New York Fashion Week calendar. There's so many other opportunities happening throughout the week with independent designers as well as independent like organizations. But there's some sketchy, I want to say, organizations in the model industry in New York who will like host a New York Fashion Week, but it's not necessarily a part at all of the official calendar. Um, I mean, I've heard and seen it and experienced it too, where they will try to make models like be casted and be part of it, which is great, but then they'll have models sell tickets to actually be in the show, which I feel like is so not right and kind of unfair. But I feel like if you want to get some sort of experience, it's okay, but there's so many other better ones that are more legit that will connect you to the right people. So I will go over some organizations that are worth it, as well as like accommodations, how to do it, and I mean, any questions anyone may have on if they don't want to do it like this September, maybe they want to prepare for February. So I'll give those tools and information for you to be prepared. I will also be partnering up with some amazing models who have started doing their own freelance model contracts, which I think is so incredible, especially as a freelance, have something to back you up. So just kind of touch base on what you should have if you want to have like some sort of agreement between the business, the photographer, whatever the case is, if you're getting into modeling, have like something more legit, especially if you're not part of an agency that can really back you up in jobs or collaborations. So it's basically a quick workshop, lots of info, but lots of fun and lots of, I feel like, networking opportunities at the end of the day, as well as content opportunities. I think I'm most excited about that because I will also need to update mine. So I'll just like be there helping everybody out, but just guiding the workshop, getting that content ready, and just create awareness at the end of the day of what it's like. So I mean, if you want to sign up, you can DM me at That's the V Podcast, or my personal at Victoria Costa 04 on Instagram. I'm usually better to reply on my DMs than anywhere else, so just FYI. And I think that's everything. I feel like today's episode is short and sweet, but very informative at the end of the day. And the deadline to sign up to the workshop will be July 28th. So there's still some time. It will be hosted at a new studio in El Paso, close to downtown. So I'm just excited to work with them and use the space and promote it as well, because they're such talented people, and I want more people to discover it and use it and just really be aware of the space and all these opportunities in the fashion industry, specifically in modeling in this case. If there's any questions, as I said, DM me. And that's the V. Bye. Thank you for tuning in. Make sure to follow at That's the V Podcast on all platforms for more fashion content. And a big thank you to our sponsor, JAG Premier Advertising Agency. If you're looking to get on platforms like Hulu or Netflix, check out the link in the description.